Artificial intelligence threatening to push young people out of entry level jobs in Canada. If you haven't seen my face yet before, my name is Alex. I run an AI agency in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I've been in the digital space for about 15 years now, strictly AI for the last 3 years. And I got to say, this title here is not exactly wrong. So, we're going to get into it, and you guys are going to hear my opinions on how far behind I think young people and our economy is with digital literacy. But pressing onward. So this, I mean, this type of conversation is coming up more and more in the states. They don't even think to even recognize young people. They're just like, oh, economy's changing, the world's evolving, adapt or don't. In Canada, we're really like, oh, something bad's happening to this group, so we have to pay attention to that, and we have to sort of prevent whatever's bad happening to them, even if that means slowing down the whole country. When really we shouldn't be saying that AI is threatening to push young people out of entry level jobs. It should be AI recreating or overhauling the economy. Young people should get into this. That's what headlines should be. But of course, we love to be afraid in Canada. We wake up and look forward to the next thing we should fear. So I'll get into this article, but I got to say, if you're a young person in Canada and you're having a problem finding work right now, seriously consider getting into tech, like just strictly just getting into it with nothing else. Just get into technology, be it uh, programming, learning a particular language. Python, really important. Artificial intelligence, automation engineers, really important. If you're not so much of a tech person but you're really good with your hands, get into electricians, be an electrician. These are the jobs of the futures, guys. It's not pretty stuff. This is not like, oh yeah, we're showing off beautiful houses, or we're a high profile lawyer or doctor saving lives. It's not pretty shit. You got to do the nasty stuff if you want to make it out the next little bit. So let's get into this article. Throughout her university career, Jacqueline Silver assumed her computer science degree would guarantee her a job. Finding out she was wrong was a demoralizing experience. So don't count yourself out just yet, Jacqueline. Silver, who graduated from McGill University, now lives in Toronto, spent more than a year applying to hundreds of jobs before finally finding one in her field this month. Congrats. I was really exhausted, and it was also really discouraging, said Silver, who noted that several of her classmates have also had trouble finding work. It was basically like I was enrolled in a whole separate class because I would go to the library, do my homework for each class, and then spend an equal amount of time just applying to jobs. And you know what? If you're a tech person in Canada, you're studying like programming, engineering, anything like that, you got to understand we have a significantly underdeveloped tech industry in this country. Like a borderline runt. I would even say like still embryo stage a tech industry. Like for when we get clients coming in and telling us like they're on their AI journey, they're trying to figure it out, we always ask them, well, who else have you spoken to? What other teams have you spoken to? What have you done? Like, oh, we talked to one other team. Oh, we haven't talked to anyone yet. Oh, we don't know anyone. There's no one out here. Like, quite literally, if you were a young person today and you have any semblance of discipline or consistency or resilience, start a business. I am 100% confident that the young people who are coming out of university with programming degrees, engineering degrees, if you start businesses in Canada just to service tech, you will do well. There's no one else out here. Bottom line. It was basically like I enrolled in a whole separate class because I would go to the library, do my homework, apply for jobs. She won't likely be the last to scramble for work. New research shows that the spread of artificial intelligence is already eating into the supply of jobs in multiple fields, including computer science, and it's hitting young people the hardest. So, young people, no one out here, there's no adults. There's no adults in the room right now in the working world. You have to look out for yourself. And I'm lucky that I had someone who saw my situation 15 years ago and literally dragged me into tech. Like said, said to me, Alex, like, you're what you're doing, okay, no problem, but you got to get into this tech stuff, digital stuff. And ever since that moment, I've been like completely submerged in this world, and it's made me the tech guy in my world. And people give me money to do tech stuff. People give my guys money to build them robots. So it's it's going to be a hard journey, 100%. But the the reason why there's not a lot of jobs out there is because there's not a lot of tech companies in general. Like there's not a lot of computer science, digital companies in general. So you guys, young people, you guys have to be the ones to start this stuff. Like it's the bottom line. A recent Stanford University academic paper found that early career workers aged 22 to 25 in the most AI exposed occupations have experienced a decline in employment, while employment for experienced workers and those in less exposed fields has remained stable, continue to grow. So we got to really, and this is what really pisses me off in Canada. Everyone's a worker. Everyone's an employee. Everyone's just a salary person. We got to break our minds away from this stuff, guys. I don't know if it's, just the powers that be in government who are just training Canadians to say, you got to work a salary, you got to pay your mortgage, you got to make sure that our real estate machine continues to work and that social security can pay for old people stuff. We got to break out of this, and we got to train ourselves actively by ourselves, and we have to engage in new markets like independently, because there's no business or job or anything out here that's going to come fix this problem. It's going to have to be young people starting businesses, failing, losing all their money, trying again, and then really blowing it out the water. Like it is, we need a tech boom, so to speak, but it's going to have to be one that comes from the inside. See, Hamoun Akhtiari is CEO of Future Fit AI, a Canadian company that uses artificial intelligence to connect young people to jobs. He said the occupations most exposed to AI include junior roles in software development, sales, marketing, and customer service. So, like basically everything where a robot can talk or do coding. Akhtiari said the reality of the impact of AI is having on jobs is very complex. AI will create a bunch of jobs and opportunity, and it will impact a bunch of other jobs, he said, which is 100% true. Every single company is either going to hire out an AI agency to manage their AI operations, or they're going to have an internal AI team looking after the AI operations of the company. It's the bottom line. And the only problem is with the internal teams, because they're not working with a bunch of different use cases, a bunch of different industries. Generally, they're closed-minded, or they're narrow. They have a narrow view of how things should work, and generally those teams end up reaching out to us anyways. As well, if you have people on internal teams who realize, hey, I'm really good with AI and automations, they just start their own business. It's just like, it's really, I really do believe young people just need to get into AI, need to get into automations, Python, start putting together things and then showing them off. Like, you will find work. It's just really, really hard. Like, let's get really serious. The time for young people in Canada right now is extremely, it's like nightmare difficulty. Silver said generative AI tools like ChatGPT are able to do tasks like writing code quite well, which poses a threat to entry level jobs in her field. And this word threat, it's not a threat, it's a transformation of the roles. Like, it's a threat if you don't adapt. Maybe you still need someone to tweak it or look at it closely, but overall, you don't really need that many people to write it anymore because generative AI can do it. It's 100% true. We have AI writing code literally every single day. Ektiari said companies need to think beyond the short term and cultivate young talent. He also says schools need to do better of connecting people to skills training, and governments need to do more to help people through job transitions. Like, it's no one's coming to help us, guys. No one. Even Canada is, the federal government scrambling, trying to figure out what to do with AI or AI data, digital sovereignty, AI infrastructure. Like, if no one's coming to help us, guys, we really need to figure this out on our own. Traditionally, there was a promise: go to school for 4 years, you'll have a 40-year career. FTR said that promise no longer holds. Every single young person in Canada knows that. There is no loyalty for businesses to their employees and vice versa at all. Like it just strictly does not work anymore. You have to figure it out yourself. Catherine Connolly, a professor of human resources and management. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a specialization at McMaster University, said companies are finding that AI is definitely not a replacement for human jobs that involve strategy and decision making. Sometimes what the tool might be good for is automating some entry level tasks. She said there's a danger that some people are going to not have that opportunity to come in at the entry level position where they're doing those routine tasks that no one else wants to do. It's true. Like literally all of the business owners we talk to, it's like, hey, we can't hire someone who's competent enough to do this entry level role at this price point. Can you build us a robot to do it for cheaper and better? And we say, yeah, no problem. So entry level roles, it's the level of skill you need to do the entry level role versus how much a business is willing to pay you. That gap, it's called the competency gap. So you have to be a certain level of competence to do entry level roles, say in a healthcare clinic. You have to know your way around, healthcare compliance, what to communicate, what not to communicate on the phone. You have to be pretty good with EMR, EHS's, different systems. So there's a certain level of competence that you need to have in order to do that role properly. But in Canada, we're so used to be paying for low cost labor, cheap labor, that the amount that clinic owners, let's just say for example, are willing to pay to get a person to do that work is not enough to actually get someone in there who's going to do that work properly. And we talk to clinic owners all the time. We always ask them, well, if you were to hire someone to do this role, how much would you pay them? And you say, oh, what the minimum is. Some of them say $16, $17 Canadian an hour. That's what business owners are saying that they're going to hire people for in Canada, not knowing that the minimum wage has even changed. Like the hiring landscape in Canada is so out to lunch, guys. I gotta be the person who puts up the warnings for young people. Get into AI now. The opportunities outside of this avenue are shrinking, and I'm seeing it firsthand. Let's see what we got going here. Unemployment rose to 14.7% for Canadians aged 15 to 24 in September, which is insane. That's a 15-year high outside of the pandemic years. Conservative MP Garnett Genius warned Wednesday that the deepening youth unemployment crisis will affect younger workers' career trajectories for the rest of their lives. So we are at an inflection point in Canada where young people are literally being cut out of the workforce. And if that happens for 5-10 years, you're going to have an entire tranche of people from ages 20 to 30 who never made money. Do you know? Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably trying to find out. But what that does to an economy is it shatters it. Generally, economies do the best when their young people are making money because young people spend. They have something to look forward to. They want to, buy a home, build a family. I can tell you right now, in Canada, the prospect of owning a home is literally shrinking towards zero. And I can tell you that most of the people I know is in the child rearing years, they're not thinking about it. They're thinking about how can I just survive or how can I just pay my bills. So we're at a crisis point in Canada for young people. They're looking at a technology that they don't recognize because we have no tech industry to give them that background, and the same technology is threatening their on ramp towards making money. We are tech illiterate, and that is hurting us in a devastating way. He accused the Liberals of lacking a strategy to address youth unemployment and pitched a conservative proposal to boost financial education support in workers in high demand fields and encourages employers to build housing for workers. So we are screwed, guys, because the older people who are running the government, they have no idea how illiterate in tech that we really are. And they're talking about um, uh, or educational support for young people and encouraging employers to build housing for workers. We are going. You know what? This reminds me of a world like in the world of Alien, where there's Wayland Utani, and Wayland Utani has like these satellite mining these mining establishments on these colonized planets and moons, and you literally just work for the company. Like your life is contracted to the company. You live in the barracks that their company provides or the housing units. You work for like 10, 15-year contracts and then you're released. Like insane stuff, guys. And so when I see um politicians promoting like building housing for workers and like it's like we are out in the weeds, guys. We need to have aggressive upskilling in tech in this country in the next few years, or if I'm a young person watching YouTube right now, just learn technology, watch YouTube videos. You can do it all for free. I literally had one guy just tell me to get into tech. I spent years on YouTube going through courses, certifications through Google, like all that stuff, guys. If you do it, you'll get really good at it. Jennifer Kozelji, a spokesperson for the Minister of Jobs and Families, Patty Haju, said in an email that AI is everywhere now, from hospitals to classrooms. The world of work is changing fast, and workers, and particularly young Canadians, are feeling it, she said. These are challenging times, but we are acting with urgency to harness this tool, build on productivity, and ensure no worker gets left behind. Yeah, okay. That's lofty. So this is actually a pretty short one. It's pretty good. But I got to say, I really got to speak to young people in this video. If you are in the ages of 14 all the way up to 30, maybe even you're 40 years old, and you're having a problem finding work right now, take 3 months of your life, the next 3 months of your life, and strictly devote it to artificial intelligence and absorbing as much information as possible. And I'm not talking about fun stuff like making AI videos and like AI music. Like we cover all that stuff. I'm talking about doing nasty stuff, connecting AI system to legacy system through APIs. I'm talking about learning exactly what you need to put in a prompt to make an agent do what you want it to do. Looking into different systems out there that can allow you to build a business and scale, like doing little jobs here and there just to get cash, just to pay bills. Like it all really you have to. And like the more I talk about this, the more I realize, like, you know what, maybe how I did it, how I came about to this position, not everyone's going to be able to make it, but if one person makes it, they can bring on three people. If two people make it, they can bring on 10 people. We need to have more young people making it into the digital world, making enough money where they can hire more young people. In the States, it happens like crazy. One YouTuber blows up, he's got a whole team. One agency blows up, they have a whole team. So if you're a young person, I really do hope that you're seeing this, and I really do hope that you realize no one's coming to help you. You have to figure it out on your own. You have to learn new skills. It might be scary, but you have to do it. There's literally no option now. If you like this video or this conversation topic, you like my face, you like what we're talking about here at the agency. My name's Alex. I run an AI agency in Toronto, Peak Demand Incorporated. We help small, medium enterprise businesses with their AI adoption in a safe, meaningful, and compliant way. Give us a like and subscribe. If you don't like what you're hearing, you don't like my face, you think I'm an asshole, hit dislike, leave a message for us in the comments. We really like it. Our subscribers are going up, even though we get dislikes and people hating on AI for whatever reason. But I really do believe, like, this conversation, it's a hard one. It needs to be had. And if you feel like AI is encroaching on your world, let us know why, and maybe we can help you. Maybe we can help you sort of arm yourself with the tools to make your workflow more productive and you yourself more valuable. Anyways, looking forward to the next one. Bye now.